to see who has a heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your fight. Now go out there and take it.
Hey, you guys, don't throw me anything. My girlfriend put a curse on my glove.
I'll take that X off the glove. Give me the glove.
You got to cut the head off a live rooster.
Welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Daily and Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daily and Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daily and Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Home security is not what it used to be. With Secure Connect and smart home integration features, you can unlock your doors and turn off your alarm from your smart home app. No more hiding a key under a rock. Get Secure Connect and live life connected. Call Ardmore Telephone Company at 800-830-9946 to secure your home today.
When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right.
Coming this fall to a podcast platform near you. The Wingmen.
There's someone on the wing. Something.
Join us live every week this football season as Kirk Pierce, Johnny Johnson, and Brad Kimbrough talk James Clemens sports with coaches, players, and other special guests. The Wingmen.
We're winging it, Jerry.
Coming this fall on your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app on your Alexa device by saying Open PAS Plus and online at jcwingmen.net.
This is Chad McGee, head football coach of James Clemens Jets, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Good Saturday morning, and welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, man. It's going to be a beautiful day. I'm Todd the Bod, the talent Tomerlin, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and we've got a full show ahead for us. Tim always does a wonderful job. ACC guru AP Steadham will be joining us. Elkmont basketball head boys coach Danny Anderson. We'll have Logan Bourandas, the Trash Pandas media assistant, talking Trash Pandas baseball. We'll have author Joe Zagorski, who has a new book coming out, and it's called 2003 Yard Odyssey, The Juice, The Electric Company, and an Epic Run for a Record. He has some other books that we'll also discuss that he's previously written. We'll have James Clemens' assistant baseball coach Brett Burgess on. They've got a baseball camp coming up. We're going to talk a little bit about it. And then we'll also be joined by James Clemens' head track coach Drew Bell. I always look forward to having him on every year. He's a really cool dude and very successful at what they do. So, with that said, Tim, everybody doing all right? Did you have a good week?
So far,
yep.
Dodged a bullet Wednesday night.
Yeah, we all had some bad weather. If you're listening and you were hit by any of that, we hope that everybody's okay. Hope that damage to property was minimal. Obviously, there were a few tornadoes that touched down, and for those that lived here long enough, maybe a few folks might have thought it was 1973 or 89 or whichever. I don't know. We've had a few little decades here or there where we've been hit pretty hard. But
yeah, we didn't have really had some limbs down. Some trees fell on some power lines around the corner, so we were without power from about 4:00 Wednesday or Thursday morning till about 9:30 Wednesday or Thursday night. So
yeah, we were lucky. So no doubt. Well, look for us on Facebook at Applebee's Tailgate Talk and on Instagram and at Tailgate Talk AL. Also, we are on X. Visit us online at tailgatetalk.net to get scores and archives of past shows. You can also vote on this week's Athlete of the Week poll and enter nominations for future polls as well. And find the links to download the PAS Plus app for your Android or iOS devices. Follow the Tailgate Talk podcast on iTunes, Amazon, Pandora, iHeart, and other popular platforms. You can also hear us on an Alexa device by saying, "Alexa, open PAS Plus." Call or text us during the show at 256-812-1TGT. That's 256-812-1848. And our calling guests come via the National Bank Hotline, making communities great. And our special guest segment is also sponsored by Yellowhammer Roofing. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Couldn't do this without y'all, and we appreciate you.
You know, we're on X. You mentioned that, and I was thinking the other night, you know, Elon Musk has X. He's got SpaceX.
Yeah.
Why didn't he call his car the Tesla? I mean,
think,
you know.
yeah, maybe the Tesla was first.
Yeah, I know.
You know, so maybe he just didn't think far enough
Well,
ahead.
he renamed Twitter.
That's true.
Rename the car.
Rename Tesla.
Tesla.
That'd be pretty cool. And you know what? You see a lot more Teslas on the road nowadays, or at least I do. So somebody's buying those electric things. They can have them, too.
Those electric things. Yeah, well.
I don't know what they're going to do when that battery goes dead in the middle of Highway 72, but I guess you can put it neutral and push them. I've never even thought about that. I don't guess everything locks down. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you'd be better off to get a hybrid, you know.
Yeah.
At least you'd have some kind of backup.
Little backup there. No doubt. Well, I know there's not much going on in the world of high school sports as the year's winding down, but I think you do have a few things. So with that said, it's time for
scores and more.
All right. Well, no scores, but we've got. We do like to say congratulations to James Clemens, David Sharp. He committed to Calhoun baseball a couple of days ago. Coach Johnson has several guys who've committed or signed up already. State golf tournament starts up on Monday at RTJ Shoals. ABS, Athens, Clements, and Lindsay Lane golfers are competing. As a matter of fact, Lindsay Lane's whole girls team qualified for that. Wow. And then the state softball tournament starts up Tuesday at Choccolocco Park in Oxford. Athens will take on Baldwin County in the first round of that. So that's pretty much all I've got here. We'll be, in a couple of weeks, we're scheduled to be live at Toyota Field for our last live show of our regular season. So maybe we can get on some coach or general manager Andy Schatzley on again with us, and I imagine we'll get Logan on with us too. And I don't know. Who knows? We may get a player or two.
Might grab a player or two coming through, depending on what time they play that day.
Yeah, I think.
Or if they're even at home, they may be out of town. Now that I think about it.
No, that's a home game that day.
Okay.
So I think they'll play at 6:30, maybe.
Okay.
I don't remember who they play, but anyway, that's Scores and More, brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them online. Or on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. And I guess that was pretty much all I had for Scores and More.
Well, all right. Yeah, like we said, it's kind of winding down, and our season is as well. But, congratulations to all these current and upcoming signees. That's always an exciting time of year, too, to see who ends up going to what school and which sport. So, that's it. We're going to take us a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk on your Alexa device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus, and hear it in crystal clear quality. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back. P4 Therapy is an outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in northern Alabama and southern Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
First National Bank is a name everyone in the community recognizes. We see it in our schools, in our parks, and in our homes. First National Bank is proud to help make our community great. I am First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Elijah Goins from Athens Bible School, and I love to help represent First National Bank in my community. First National Bank, making communities great.
Located at 1880 Highway 72 East and 321 South Jefferson Street in Athens. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State Hometown Team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner receives a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from that shirt printing place. Submit your own nominations for future polls, too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Tailgate Talk.
Hi, this is former Major League catcher Ed Hearn, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
I'm all about that action. 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 I said I'm all about that action.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Todd the Bod, the Talent, Tomerlin, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and now being joined by the man himself, Coach Clint Legg, and on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great, our SEC guru, AP Steadham. AP, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. So glad to be on Applebee's Tailgate Talk, WKAC 1080 AM, Athens, Alabama.
Well, how's everything going, man?
Oh, good. You're doing very well. We had a lot of fun on the show this week. AP and Kelly, as we see it, we had Eric Zaire. He's the radio color analyst for the University of Georgia, former record-setting quarterback. He had 67 school records and 18 SEC records when he finished up in Athens.
Wow.
I didn't even know there was 67 records for passing and being a quarterback.
Yeah, I'd like to see that list. There's no telling. I'm sitting here trying to think of 10.
My goodness.
Let alone that many. Wow.
Oh, no question. And then we had some fun. I thought it'd be fun. Preliminary, my own preseason poll of the 16 SEC teams. We had 4 different tiers, 4 teams. We have 16 now, so it makes it perfect. 4 teams in each tier. So I had fun picking out those teams in the SEC because with this Texas and Oklahoma coming on board, we're going to have some fun.
Yeah, there we are. It's going to stir the pot for sure, man. If you weren't planning on stepping up your game, you better do it now or you're going to get lost in the shuffle. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think it's the most wide-open season we've had in some time, even though Georgia had the 29 games last year. They couldn't get it done against Alabama. But Georgia, of course, is the favorite now moving forward until somebody can dethrone them, with all those wins. I mean, they're steadily compiling all those wins. They were beating up teams at the end of the year by 30 points. Tennessee on the road and Ole Miss. And that's when Ole Miss is an interesting team because you're thinking they're getting better each year, but in the 2 big games, they couldn't beat Georgia or Alabama, and especially Georgia wasn't close.
Yeah. But that was only 2 games they lost, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah. Yes. Yeah,
So-
they're the Penn State of the SEC.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see what Ole Miss does this year when they lost Quinshawn Judkins to the Ohio
correct.
State Buckeyes.
Right.
And, you know, AP, it's amazing. You're talking about Georgia football now, the state of where it's at. I think that Kirby Smart gets the best players in the country, bar none. The best dudes. Look at NFL rosters. I mean, the last 2 years, they're full of Georgia guys. Full of Georgia guys that don't even start for Georgia, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know,
it's true.
Case in point, the kid that played Darnell Washington, tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Bowers, by the way, Las Vegas Raider, that plays now for the that plays for the Steelers. He didn't play a lot for Georgia. Now he's one of the Steelers' main dudes.
Yeah.
You know, it's
amazing.
It is what it is. But hey, it doesn't matter. If Nick Saban was still at Alabama, he can't beat Saban when it counts. And the only time he beat Saban, AP, Todd, was when we had 2 of our dudes out with a knee injury.
2 of our better dudes.
The wide receivers, yes. Yeah. Meshie was hurt in the first game, the SEC championship, where they beat him 41-26, and then the second game, whenever Jameson got hurt, was it the first quarter?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
or so. I can't remember exactly.
It was early in the game when Jameson went down. Yeah,
national championship game. Yes, and they still played close. Played close.
I tell you,
yeah, you're right about that. Yeah,
but this season it's going to be so different. You know, it's going to be, you know, I guess going back, if those that can remember, and more so in basketball than football, but when, you know, Arkansas and those teams joined years ago, you know, kind of flip-flopped the whole conference on its head, at least in basketball, not football per se.
It really did.
And, you know, you had Oklahoma and a Texas, I mean, and those like your Kentuckys of the world who were starting to make progress and, you know, seemingly had a chance in most games. You know, I don't know, that might push them down a little bit further. And you know, now Alabama with a new head coach and, you know, system, and it's just going to be crazy. Georgia by far is the most consistent thing going in the SEC for sure.
Yes, right. You look at the roster and their coach's history of developing and recruiting players and putting good teams on the field. I'm wondering about Kentucky. You know, Brock Vandagriff transferred the quarterback from Georgia, as you mentioned. I'm thinking he's going to be a better fit at Kentucky than the past transfer quarterback, Devin Leary. Maybe those receivers will perform for them. They've been there now. It's their 3rd year, I think it is. So they're talented, those receivers, but they've been up and down with that team. I'm looking for Kentucky to do something. And he usually puts a pretty good defense out there, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Speaking of SEC East, I think this is a put up or shut up year for Napier and the Florida Gators.
That is a hot seat and only surpassed by the one in Fayetteville, Arkansas, I believe.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah, he's lucky he came. And I was proud that he got to come back, but yeah, I was surprised. I thought he was gone.
Yeah, Graham Mertz is quarterback from West. We're going to have Shane Matthews on this week, by the way, the Rick color analyst for Florida, so he'll be on. We had Georgia last week, Florida this week.
Wasn't Shane Matthews part of the Antonio Langham pick 6 Alabama first SEC?
I forgot about that.
Shane's the one threw it to us, wasn't it? I think
that was his pass. It sure was. Shane Matthews.
Hey, by the way, one of my favorite Florida Gators for doing that. I like that. Thank you, Shane. Dunk it, Shane.
Right in front of us, too, man. We were right in that end zone.
That's awesome.
When that happened.
Hey, AP, I know you probably have been watching it, but guys, the SEC tournament in softball has been going on. I really thought Tennessee would just walk away with it. That girl throwing 75, 74, you know, but they went down early and out. So it's a very interesting tournament. You know, still some Missouri's left. I think, you know, pretty good team. A few others left in that. You know, Alabama, Auburn done, Tennessee done. You know, so we shall see.
Yeah, it's always the tournament is fun at the end of the year. For any tournament like that for a conference, you're trying to put forth the team that's playing the best at the end of the year, and a team that's trying to survive and make it to the playoff, make it to the NCAA tournament. So that's been the philosophy of tournaments way back. The ACC basketball is the one everybody remembers from many, many years ago for, half a century. But I remember South Carolina being undefeated and getting beat that one game, not being in the NCAA tournament because they only sent one representative, and the ACC, that was their philosophy. Let's say you were injured near the end of the season. Well, that team was maybe not as good, and they didn't win that tournament, even though they had the best record. So that was the philosophy of the ACC, and plus they want to make money. Remember, the answer is always money when you're looking for the question. What is the question, and what is the answer? The answer is money.
Always money. But the softball tournament has, Clint, you're right. It's been good. Wasn't it LSU put out Tennessee? Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah, and they were like a 5th seed, I think. So
that's right.
Man, you just don't ever know. That's why you got to play the game.
No,
and
that's
it's baseball in a week or so. Isn't that right? Yeah. Baseball in a week or so.
Should be coming up. Yeah, it's usually right after.
I always enjoy watching
always are first.
The softball though, man, because the dugouts are so lively, man. They're in there, cheering their teammates on and getting loud and rowdy and
yes.
But
it's entertaining.
It's entertaining. Absolutely.
I don't think it's as mean spirited as the men. It would be from the locker room. The men over the years, they say some really things that are on the edge, right? Yeah. But the women, they have fun with it.
They just have fun with it
more than the men. I think.
I wouldn't be a good teammate. I couldn't remember all them cheers and claps and when to do this and that and holler and hoop. And I just have to sit there and just go, yay! They have a good time though. But you know what? And a lot of people could look at that and go like, look at them. They're not taking it serious, but no, they're taking it very serious and
they
very compete
serious,
hard.
Yeah, and there's something about coaching women. I don't know if you've ever coached women before. I have. I've coached some Division I players who have been in the Final Four.
Wow.
And the thing about coaching the men versus the women, you better be careful what you say because they will make every attempt to follow your direction.
Pretty literal.
That's right.
They will. Yeah, so you better be specific and you better be well thought out in your instructions. I just say that about coaching men and women.
I could say that.
That's exactly right. Hey, I'm going to tell you guys something. SEC baseball, and y'all hear me out. AP, I'm just going to say this. Here's what I wish we could get the bid on it because I know a place where there's plenty of motels. It's easy access to the airport. It's good parking, good facilities. I wish that the Trash Pandas would get maybe get a bid in on getting that. I think they could host it, don't you, Todd?
I do. And I mean,
it's a nice place over there.
It's perfect. It's beautiful. And like you said, it's easily accessible. Plenty of hotels right there. I mean, you hit the airport.
Well, now, how long does the tournament go on?
Is it a week and a half? Week?
Yeah,
I know they're playing.
They could fit it in with their.
Well, it's kind of like the Von Braun. They'll fit in hockey and a concert.
Truck racing.
Hockey. I think they can figure that out.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool deal.
And a huge moneymaker.
Oh, man.
What are you talking about?
Because I don't know what makes the Hoover Met better than what we got,
Yeah. Do you ever attend the ACC tournament, AP?
No, I have not. I have not attended that. I'll watch a little bit of some baseball, but I have not. No. But I would say Huntsville, why not try it? Why not have a little flavor into the SEC men's baseball tournament?
Plenty of places to eat. Applebee's here on 72.
That's right. Come right on.
Good music, good radio stations here, AP, WKAC, 1080.
Listen to Tim spin the records.
That's right. I also saw this morning, AP, where the NFL Network is parting ways with Michael Irvin.
Really?
Saw that this morning.
I didn't see that.
It was on.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Well, that's interesting. Yeah,
on one of Jay's Facebook feeds, parting ways with him after. He does a good job, though, man. I can't believe they're wanting to get rid of him. Maybe somebody like the Cowboys pick him up. I think they owe it to him.
Oh, he'll find something. He's too good enough.
There's some many platforms. Yes, there's many platforms in sports. It's not like years ago when you're gone from, let's say, ABC. Where did you move?
Yeah, you had the 3, and after that, you were just
there was
nothing there. And most of those jobs were locked down. You Brent Musburgers of the world, and they all had their own spot.
Every time I think of ABC and the Monday Night Football, I think about their blazers they wore.
Oh yeah, yellow blazers.
ABC Sports. I love those.
Howard Cosell.
That's awesome.
Do you all remember who the first three were that night on that September night in Cleveland? Cleveland played the New York Jets. Do you remember the first three?
So
I bet Tim does.
Tim probably does.
Well, wasn't Dandy Don one of them?
I was gonna say, wasn't Don Meredith?
Dandy Don.
Okay. There's one that I know I'm not gonna remember.
Is it not Howard Cosell, one of them?
He was one of them.
Was he? Okay, so it's Dandy Don, Howard. That third one is not. He didn't stay around very long.
I've got the guy's face in my mind, and I can't. Frank Gifford?
No.
No, he was the long-standing.
Yeah, he came in afterwards.
Right, but it was a familiar voice in college football.
Keith Jackson.
Oh, it was. Yep.
You
Keith
got
Jackson.
it.
Oh, that's right. Sure was.
That's a great guess. I didn't know that, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. He didn't do very many of them, I don't think. But
that first year, I believe that was it. I think Frank came on the next year. Frank Gifford. Yeah.
Man,
that was always fun.
Our age people have been pretty blessed to have those commentators and stuff through the years. I know through the decades there's always been great, commentators and stuff. But the Howard Cosells and Keith Jackson, man. And they made it so special. Back then you got the one game on Saturday and that was it. One game on Sunday or whatever.
Right.
So they always blew it up.
I just want to bring out the fact, and maybe some of you will remember this, maybe not, probably not, but at the desk for ABC, as you said, there was the one game every Saturday in college football, but at the desk was a lady named Andrea Kirby from Russellville, Alabama.
Really?
And she used to give the scores, and this is 1977.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I don't think most of the women know that fact, because all the women that I see now, this is a slight little criticism. They feel like they started women's broadcasting this year. Women have been doing this for a while.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
and they don't know their history. I guess that's the point I'm making. You say, who was Andrea Kirby? They would say, oh yeah, what team did she play for? Well, no, she was at the desk 1977 doing the college football scores from the University of Alabama, Russellville, Alabama. Yeah. And Andrea Kirby, if you look her up, and then she became a pioneer in the world of media training. She was the coach of the 1996 Olympic team, and she coached general managers, and she coached some of the Mets in those years in the mid 80s when they had those good teams. But anyway, I just like to point that out, and we want to remember, we want to keep her on the minds of people that there were women doing sports way before now.
Yeah, I'd love to know that backstory. How a young lady from Russell, Alabama, ends up, blowing up that big in the sports world, and what drew her to it. Why did she want like it? So
Yeah. She's been writing a book, so we're hoping to have her. We've had her on a guest before on shows that we've hosted. But, she also was the sports person on Channel 5, which is the Fox station in New York. Now, there's a sports extra show that's been on for half a century every Sunday night. It's 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. I can watch it because I have a box that gets all the stations from New York to Alaska and then some. But that show still airs, and she did that show. They would have the highlights of the Jets and the Giants and the Mets and the Yankees and the Knicks and the Nets and the Rangers and the Islanders, and she'd be right there every Sunday night doing that show.
That's awesome.
Long time ago. They're not. I hear women now calling themselves pioneers, but I'm just telling you, there were people before them.
Yeah.
They should recognize them. That kind of irritates me a little bit.
Should.
I also like that, the NFL today, Phyllis George. Mm-hmm. I get on to see that after church every Sunday.
Jackie Kennedy? Was that her name?
Oh, Jane Kennedy was a guest on our show this past year. She was a guest on our show the week that they did the special with Brent Musburger and Jane Kennedy, the hour special right before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So she was a guest on our show. Yeah, I had her on. She was great.
There was plenty of women prior to the current ones laying that groundwork. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind women, and we love women, and we try to have as many on our show. Kelly is my co-host. I mean, but I just think they fail to recognize the people that came before them.
Yeah.
And there were plenty whose voices didn't grate on your nerves.
Leslie Visser, Leslie's in the Hall of Fame, Pro Football Hall of Fame. Think about that, okay? Right. You're no pioneer. Leslie's already been there and done that, everything. Kentucky Derby, NCAA basketball, presented the Super Bowl trophy. Yeah, so this idea that you're some type of pioneer, I don't quite understand.
But you're right. They don't take the time. They don't time to review the history and see who came before them.
No, that'd be like saying that Reese Davis was a pioneer in college football. I mean, Keith Jackson, Chris Schenkel, all those people who came before him, Mel Allen and Lindsey Nelson. I mean, Reese would never make that comment. I'm a pioneer. No way.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. Well, AP,
that's
buddy,
my little podium speech. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us who you got coming on again this week.
Yeah, Shane Matthews, the color analyst for the Florida Gators, and we're looking to have a member of the 13-member selection committee for the college football playoffs. So stay tuned. Just check my my Facebook page. We're going to announce that. Looking forward to that interview as well.
And that's AP and Kelly as we see it, and looking forward to hearing that interview with Shane. So, and thanks for your time. Have a great weekend, and take care of yourself. And we'll talk to you next week.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Be good.
You too. That was AP Steadham, our HCC guru. We're going to take us a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
AP Steadham, Heisman Trophy voter, Maxwell Award voter, and Biletnikoff Award voter can be heard weekly on the AP and Kelly As We See It podcast on Anchor and Spotify. He can also be found on Facebook and Twitter. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this.
Bring a little caffeination inspiration to your next event with Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens. Check out their signature products, including a full coffee menu, white chocolate mocha, lattes, frappes, energy drinks, lemonades, and teas. Travelin' Tom serves events of any size, concerts, neighborhood block parties, high school football games, you name it. Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens is sure to make any event a little sweeter. Visit Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens on Facebook or call them at 434-1734. Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Davis & Cole LLP in Athens has served the area assisting individuals and businesses with bookkeeping, tax preparation and filing, and routine accounting. Davis & Cole LLP, located at 105 South Marion Street, open weekdays 9 to 5. Call 256-232-9994. Davis & Cole LLP.
PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action Sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clemens Sports, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk via PAS Plus. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
This is James Clemens girls basketball coach Monica Maxwell, and you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd the Bod, the Talent, Tomerlin, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, Coach Clint Legg, and now we're being joined by boys head basketball coach of the Elkmont Red Devils, Danny Anderson. Coach, how you doing?
Good morning, guys. I'm doing well. How are y'all?
Doing all right, bud. You school's winding down. I know you and Coach Legg both are. Coach Legg's already smiling, so I'm sure you got a grin on your face too.
Well, Coach Legs, he's got a lot more problems to deal with as a principal than I do.
True.
So, but it's been a good year.
Yeah, well, good deal, man. Well, and and it's been an interesting year for you, transitioning from one to another, and getting acclimated to all that. Even though it's home, it's took a little. I'm sure it's still taking a little bit of time.
It is, and it's been a good year, a good transition. So I appreciate both parts for just being my time at Athens, and then obviously being home is very, very special. So,
well, good, man. That's awesome. So Tim says that you got a basketball camp coming up.
We do. We've got a kids camp May the 28th, 29th, and May 30th. I'm really excited about working with our kids at Elkmont, and kids camp is something I really enjoy, just because being an elementary PE teacher for several years, and just helping kids grow their game and grow their love for the game is something important to me. And so I'm, it's just a really special time. So I'm really excited. It gives our players an opportunity to kind of take ownership and kind of help and be a role model. So it's a big deal for us.
Yeah, no doubt. So your players will be some of the counselors, for lack of a better word?
Yes, sir.
Kids?
They'll help.
Okay.
They'll help. And, the kids enjoy it. The older kids enjoy it, and the younger kids look up to them. So it's just a great time.
Good deal, man. What ages are you going to be doing?
We're doing boys ages 5 to 13. So that's pretty much kindergarten through about the 8th grade. So we're really excited about it and hope we have a good turnout.
So I'm going to give you a good drill here. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Coach Lee.
Right.
Hey, Coach, here's what I heard.
Hey, man.
Is it not true at your camp that Graham Adderholt's feeding the kids steaks every day after lunch during camp time? All sponsored by Graham Adderholt.
Hey, man, that is awesome. I'm going to make sure I promote that now. That'll get us an extra camper, too.
Hey, it will. Hey, and he's got the money.
Get you extra helper, too.
He's got it. He can do that. He can do that.
He's got the money. That's right. That's right.
He sure can.
That's right. Well, hey, Coach Legg, I'm going to make sure I text him and tell him that's part of the deal now.
Yeah, tell him we've already put it on Applebee's Tailgate Talk. So
it's out there and can't be retrieved.
He needs to make that happen.
That's right. That's right.
So, Coach, is it a half a day or how long are you guys going?
We're going 8 to 11, so we're doing 3 hours a day, and we've got registration from 7:30 to 8. And on our basketball, Elkmont High School boys, our basketball page, there's a link with a QR code that you can sign up. And obviously, if you don't sign up with the QR code, you can do the pre-registration the day of. And, some of the kids can't make it all 3 days, and you're welcome to come 1, 2, or all 3.
Okay. That is good. And, are you kind of dividing it up, especially the older ones? Obviously, if you were, and you would hope that you saw a 6', 13-year-old walk in, because that would certainly get you pop your interest. But is everybody going? Ball handling, obviously, shooting, passing, the fundamental stuff. But are you going to break it down further than that, like post play or
No,
anything?
We try to do it. We try to do a lot of skill work, a lot of drills, and just really make it fun for the kids. We try to. The kids want to come there and play, and they want to do some kind of live scrimmages, and we do that with the older kids. But with the little ones, you kind of got to treat it as a kind of like an elementary PE class. Like you've got to have structure and you've got to have a plan, and so it's really exciting. In the past, I think at Athens last year we had about 160 kids that came, and it grew from, I think, 80 kids when we first got there to about 170, 175 last year. Nice. So, obviously at Elkmont, our numbers won't be as big, but, we're hoping for, 50 or 60 kids. That would be a good turnout for us.
Now, is this Elkmont specific, or are you opening it up to any kid in the county or city?
Well, when I was at Athens, we had several kids from the county that came and was a part of our camp at Athens. So it's open to any kid that wants to come. Obviously we're trying to target not Athens, but Elkmont, Piney Chapel kids. But obviously, I've got friends in Tennessee. They'll bring their kids down to it. They brought them before, so we'll have a mixture of a little bit of kids from different areas.
Okay.
I saw, Coach, where you guys on Facebook are promoting a parent meeting for all people that are wanting to play sports at Elkmont. I'm not trying to steal your fire because I know you want them there, but it talked about expectations, and I mean, I don't mind starting. I think it's become such a world now, man, and we try to do it at Clemens too, where if you don't set those parents down, and to be honest, guys, I mean, they're the issue that guides sportsmanship. The noise from the crowd, don't know that coach is the coach. You're the parent. Sit up there and cheer and don't coach, because, man, there's nothing any worse. I see it a lot, I don't see it. Yeah, I do. I see it in both places. Coach Anderson's a coach. He don't need dad sitting up there and the kid looking up at the dad.
No.
I hope that's one of the expectations is we're the coaches, you're the parents. So, I think that's a great idea, though, Coach, and it should lead the way to everybody wanting to do that, to establish those expectations and what you expect at Elkmont.
Yeah, I agree. Principal Adderhope well, and he's just he's a good man for one, but he's a really good leader. Like, just from a short time that I've been at Elkmont, like, he's visible. He's, the kids know he's in the building. And, his leadership and expectations, not just for his coaches, but his teachers, his faculty, he does a really good job. And Coach Legg, you're 100% correct. I think if the parents are on board, and you've got to set those expectations. And as coaches, we just reiterate, from the leadership that we have with Mr. Adderhope. So, it's going to be a good time. And, we're starting up, it used to be called the Quarterbacks Club at Elkmont, and it was, I'm not going to say it was geared more toward football, but when people hear quarterback club, they automatically assume it's football only. So the new thing that we're starting is going to be for all sports. So we're really excited about it. And, just trying to get some parents plugged in that have kids that play multi-sports to be on that committee to help serve. And, and that's what we want, because at Elkmont, we got a lot of kids that play everything. And
have to.
Just being able to have, parents that have an interest in every program, I think is important, because, it's just going to help us. We've got really good coaches on staff right now. Mr. Adderhope's hired some really good people. So, I think from a coach's standpoint, if your players see the coaches are all on the same page, it helps with kids being able to play more than just one sport. And, that's something we're doing this summer. I went to Coach Shrink, and I recommended that boys basketball, baseball, and football all lift together every morning. And, I'm not going to say it's not what we had at other places, but you have different people doing their own thing. And I think it creates some, I'm not going to say limitations, but I just feel like if the players see that the coaches are all in the weight room together, there's no division.
Yeah.
We're all together. So that's what we're trying to do at Elkmont, and I'm really excited about working with Coach Reese and Coach Shrink.
Yeah. Well, one thing that's kind of cool about that, you got the togetherness of it, obviously, right? All the coaches on the same page, all the kids from the various sports are on the same page, but at the same time, it can be a little bit competitive, right? Baseball team, man, I'm gonna lift more than the football team, or whatever. From a kid standpoint. And of course, they're all working on different muscle parts. I mean, you don't want basketball players, bulking up like an offensive lineman.
But Coach, you know this too, man. And I don't mind throwing it out there because I played it and you did too, and we can say this. It's a great idea, and this is our blueprint as well. Everybody in the weight room, football, baseball, basketball, because let's face it, man, baseball guys want to avoid it at all costs. And just like I tell my kid, and my daughter plays softball, volleyball, basketball, I tell her this: you don't hit a softball further by swinging a bat 1,000 times. You got to swing weight and get stronger to do that. And and like you said, man, it is sports specific stuff. Like Coach wants them explosive off the floor. I mean, more box jumps, more one-legged stuff, more of this, but do it. I mean, but there's also a core set of lifts that everybody needs to do, and the only way to do it is do it like Coach Anderson just said. It's everybody needs to do it, because there's that one kid, and I had this situation somewhere where I was before, that goes, I want to play this sport because they don't do nothing but show up and play.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I want a dude just like me. And Graham and I talk about this. I want an athlete, and when they go in the weight room and they work year round. Number one, they're not sore, so Coach Anderson can't go, well, man, they're sore today. They can't get up and down the floor. They don't quit lifting. They don't get sore. And number two,
that's right.
I want a guy that when we're down by 10 in the fourth quarter goes, listen, guys, we worked our tails off this summer. I ain't quitting.
Yeah.
And that's what the weight room shows you.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I tell kids, I'm a big numbers guy. The weights don't lie to you. If you say you can bench 280 and you sit down and you only put up 220, those weights are going to be the same today, tomorrow, and forever.
Yeah.
So, we had basketball guys that, I'll give you an example. We had a basketball guy at Athens that could bench 285, 290. And I look on the football board at Elkmont, and I think the most that a kid benched last year was 245. Yeah. So we lift, and we lift every day in the summer. We lift at least 2, possibly 3 times a week during season. We just do. And the days of basketball coaches thinking that kids don't lift is crazy, because I know the benefits and advantages to us lifting. And, we didn't went as far as everybody's going to have the same shirt. Like, everybody's going to have the same shirt every morning we lift. And if they don't, then we're all going to be punished. And that's the only way you build a program.
But, Coach, lifting weights throws your shot off.
But you know what? When we played, that's what we were told.
You know what?
Yeah.
Lifting weights will throw your shot off if you don't shoot after you lift. But if you shoot after you lift and you put time in it, it's not gonna do anything but make you better.
Hey, you guys all watched Michael Jordan. You remember when he was getting pushed around? Mm-hmm. What made him realize the weight room was important is the Detroit Pistons.
Sure did.
Shoving him around.
Yeah. But you know what? He got in there and ripped it, and they didn't do it no more.
Man, still the greatest.
Absolutely.
Well, our kids at Elkmont, it's been a culture shock because, day one we started lifting. And, I'm not saying that they've never lifted before, but I don't think they've lifted to the extent of it's an everyday expectation. Like, there's no days off in the weight room. So,
Coach, I'll say it. They've never lifted with like you guys are wanting to do it. And and there's a lot of schools, man, our schools like that. I mean, they hadn't done, and they need that, man. They need it for several reasons. But like you said, you guys are trying to build a program, and so many people come in to build a team, not a program.
Yeah. Well, and it's like you said, I don't want people to say, well, I don't want to play this because they do lift. I mean, we're trying to alleviate that problem. And
that's right.
If everybody's on the same page, it just holds kids accountable. And I'm really excited about working with Coach Strink and our Coach Lover, and our strength and conditioning coach does a really, really good job. And, it's important for the basketball coaches to be in the weight room when basketball kids are lifting. Like, I think it's just so important, just like it would be with football and baseball. Like, we set the tone and we set the standard, and kids aren't lifting, we start all over. So it doesn't matter if we're on our third set and someone skips a rep, we just start all over. And we got to learn that everything matters.
Everything matters. Yep. It's all that hard work you do months prior to the ball being tipped off or the football being kicked off or whatever, first pitch thrown.
Hey,
yep.
I'm going to tell you guys something. This is an Elkmont dude. Think about this. What if he would have had a weight room where they all had to lift? I'm going to throw the name out to you in just a second. Where basketball and football lifted together. What if Elkmont had Ben Wiley out for football?
Whew.
That dude's a monster, man. Yeah. He's bigger than I am, and he's a great basketball player. And, man, if he would have played football. I mean, my brother-in-law, if he would have played football, I don't understand why you don't, man. I mean,
he would have been an offensive tackle in the
NFL. I think it just helps you, man, become, I want to go get that rebound as opposed to, I don't know if I can or not.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Be a basketball player that plays football. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, the weight room gives you confidence on the floor. So.
That's right. That's exactly right, man.
Those are things that we can control, man. We can't control genetics. We can't control how big our mom and dad are, but, we can control what we can control.
That's right. I'm going to give you a quick, before we go over camp again, I'm going to give you a quick drill that you can run. Coach Don Meyer, David Lipscomb, 1983. Y'all got plenty of hills out there. You take them 5 and 8 year old kids, you put one line at the bottom of the hill, and you show them how to properly stand for a charge, and then you put the other ones at the top of the hill, and you just let them barrel right down, brother.
Hey,
awesome to come back for 3 days, man.
Hey, I want to be able to do camp for continuous years in a row, man.
Well, 1983, it didn't matter, and I'm telling you, I was in shock. We were walking from the gym, or from the dorm to the gym, and we saw those kids out there doing that, and we were like, oh my God. Well, I was in high school. Then we get there. Well, it's kind of the same thing. One line was under the basket. We would come up to under the circle there by the free throw line. That's where you would stand, properly stance, cover yourself, whatever. And the other line started at half court. And I'm 5'5", 150, and I'm taking charges from 6'6", 240. And I'm like, this is not cool. But anyway, I learned how to take a charge, I assure you. But anyway,
I tell you what, I need to bring Sam Boyles over to Elkmont and let him just be a teacher of how to take charges, because the kid took 196 in his career.
That is amazing. That's amazing.
Yes.
Well, Coach, tell us about camp again real quick, where they can sign up, how much, and what days.
So basketball camp is going to be May 28th through May 30th, 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Camp is going to be from 8 to 11 in the new gym, and we'll have registration beginning at 7:30. You can go on our Facebook page and use the QR code to register, or you can register at the door.
Hey, Danny, don't forget steaks at 11:30.
Right.
Graham Adderholt.
Steaks at 11:30. Graham Adderholt. I think he's going to be cooking them. I think.
That's awesome.
Why not?
Oh God, that's awesome.
Hey, Coach, I'm going to put you in a group text with him. We get off the phone. They know that Applebee's already did it. So
let's do it.
Graham is a man of his word.
He always has been.
That's awesome.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck. Hope you have a big turnout.
Yeah, man. Good luck to you.
Yeah, encourage everybody listening. Doesn't matter if you're Ardmore, Elkmont West, Tanner, whatever. Go out there and learn the game of basketball. So and enjoy
That's
it.
right.
So,
and guys, I appreciate you guys for giving coaches a voice too. So I appreciate everything y'all do for high school athletics.
All right, buddy. We appreciate you and your time. And take care. And if we don't see you, have a great summer.
Yes, sir. You guys too.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right.
That was the head men's basketball coach at Elkmont for the Red Devils, Danny Anderson. I encourage everybody to go out there and check out their website and find out about that basketball camp, ages 5 through 13. Sounds, you're going to learn the game and learn it well. So we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. While others have come and gone, the Lion's Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lion's Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lion's Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook. The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is Jim Bunch, former offensive tackle for the Crimson Tide, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Let me give you some trash talk.
Hey, you want to talk some trash?
Trash?
Oh, I love trash.
Trash.
Won't pick it up, take them like away. Girl, why not take out the trash?
You don't know how to trash talk, do you?
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd the Bar, the Talent, Tom Merlin, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert and Coach Clint Legg. We're being joined now by the Rocket City Trash Pandas media assistant, Logan Bourandas. Logan, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, guys. Thanks for having me back.
Man, yeah, thanks for joining us. Pretty good week of baseball. Sitting here looking at the standings. Nobody's really running away with anything in the Southern League. I mean, you got Birmingham up there at 20-10, but, I mean, other than that, everybody's kind of just, 500 along the board.
Yeah, I mean, no one's running away with it right now. I think the good thing about us losing games is Birmingham kind of loses at the same time. So we've kind of been sitting around that 5-6 games back point. So, yeah, no one's running away with it right now.
Now, how many games – because their season goes in halves. What is the halfway mark? I forgot.
Believe it's around 69 games. I think it's like early July.
Okay. And then what's the benefit of winning that first half? Any?
So, yeah, if you win the first half, you get an automatic spot in the playoffs. So, ideally, it would be first half winner playing second half winner.
Okay, perfect. Okay. I knew there was something there. I just couldn't remember exactly how it was set up.
Yeah.
Big several few days. We got the Mississippi Braves in town tonight, 6:35. Fireworks show.
Is that TBS or is that what is that?
TBS time off. Tomorrow, first pitch for Mother's Day, 2:35. Then next week you got Monday off, and then you got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You got Montgomery Biscuits coming in. All those games are 6:35. So, man, the weather's been perfect. I encourage everybody to go out, man, and see some baseball this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, the weather to start the week wasn't great, but ever since then it's been beautiful, and it's looking great this weekend. So both us and the Braves have won 2 games each so far, so just trying to pull out a series win before we hit the road.
Yeah. Now,
when you're talking about the weather, we had some that came through Wednesday night through Madison. Did y'all have any
damage?
Any damage? Yeah.
I think we kind of lucked out in terms of the rest of Alabama, and we played our game Wednesday morning, so we lucked out in a huge way.
Wow. I didn't realize it. Did they win? I didn't even see a score.
On Wednesday, I think they lost that game.
Oh, okay.
So that was our last Education Day game, so we started around 11.
Okay. Well, good deal. For Mother's Day, I noticed y'all have a, I guess like a giveaway, Sprocket wine bottle topper giveaway. Do you know anything about that? How that's going to work? How people have to enter to get it?
Off the top of my head, I don't actually. Don't know off the top of my head.
Well, y'all had a call-up or two here in the last few days, didn't you?
Say it again?
I said, didn't y'all have a call-up or two?
Yeah, so Kyron Paris got called up to the Angels midway through our game on Thursday.
Midway through the game?
Yeah, so
wow.
He had been gone like on the road to L.A. Throughout the day on Thursday, but we didn't get the official news until like midway through our game. And then the Angels didn't put out a lineup themselves till 11 minutes before first pitch that day. So it was kind of a hectic day, but yeah, happy for Kyron. He was a pinch hitter during that game, so yeah, he's back in the show for now.
Man, it's got to be an awesome feeling. Wow. You know, just to, I can't imagine getting called up and then having that, but always having that in the back of your mind. You know, the pressure on you to have to perform so you don't have to come back down, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that would just, that'd be stout. But, you know, that's what they get paid to do. And obviously they felt like he's good enough right now to be up there, so.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a different scenario for him because he came up in September of last year. So this is the second trip over there. But, yeah, the Angels needed the infield help, so he's back over there.
Wow. Yep, go from buses and hamburgers to airplanes and steak.
It's definitely quite a different lifestyle. I mean, especially like going from Alabama to L.A.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
It's a huge difference.
Didn't even think about that.
Yeah, good for him, man.
Yeah, it is. Have you, are there any rumors, I guess, for lack of a better word, about any more call-ups or potential ones on the horizon?
Nothing yet. So our roster is still at 26 players. So we have 2 open spots. So if changes happen, we could maybe see that in the near future. We did have an infielder come here to start the series, Denzer Guzman. He made his debut on Tuesday for us. He's the Angels' 6th ranked prospect. So he's been starting at shortstop recently.
Nice. Can't beat that.
He homered in his first at bat. It was pretty funny.
Oh, that is cool. That's a nice little warm welcome, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who else right now has been, kind of standing out amongst some others? Anybody in particular?
Yeah, I mean, in the lineup, I'd say Eric Wagaman. He had his 8-game hitting streak come to an end yesterday, but to start, man, he's been hitting around like 350, had like 3 multi-hit games in a row. Hit a homer off Drew Thorpe, one of the White Sox top pitching prospects, so he's definitely been seeing the ball well. And Caden Dana, a couple days ago on the mound, another 7-inning gem for him.
Hey, before I forget, so Coach Legg had a great idea earlier. We were talking to AP Steadham. He's our SEC guy, and we were talking about the SEC baseball tournament. You're the perfect man to start working on this for next year, or maybe 2 years from now. Get the SEC tournament up here at Trash Pandas Stadium, Toyota Field.
I mean, it would be pretty cool. I mean, we've already hosted Alabama and Auburn, so it's 2 teams that have seen our facilities. It would be quite the sight here.
I mean, how long? Do you know how long the ACC tournament's usually about a week and a half, right? Yeah. Do you know? Yeah,
I would say 10 days.
Yeah, 10 days. So. And obviously that would be, some scheduling conflict there. The Trash Pandas have to be on the road for that period of time or whatever. But, man, that would be awesome to have the ACC tournament up here.
It would be. I mean, it's kind of like working around the schedule with the fair. Like, we had the fair here during a couple of home games, and, like, that was a tough schedule thing to do. So this is kind of a similar thing.
Right.
Yep.
I think it'd be pretty cool.
Be something to work on.
So
there you go. You can give that idea. You can just tell them that came from Coach Clint Lee.
Yeah, I could pass that up on the ladder.
A concerned fan.
That's right. Well, Logan, buddy, man, we appreciate all your time, all you do, and for joining us each week. Hope your mother and other mothers around the area have a great Mother's Day tomorrow. And
thank you. I'll send the message, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right, sounds great, man. And go Trash Pandas.
Yes. Go Trash Pandas.
All right. That was Logan Bourandas, Rocket City Trash Pandas media assistant. Always appreciate his time. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
Home security is not what it used to be. With Secure Connect and smart home integration features, you can unlock your doors and turn off your alarm from your smart home app. No more hiding a key under a rock. Get Secure Connect and live life connected. Call Ardmore Telephone Company at 800-830-9946 to secure your home today.
P4 Therapy is an outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in northern Alabama and southern Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Now on a platform near you, the only year-round weekly podcast covering the Huntsville Havoc, the Wreakin' Havoc Podcast. News, interviews, and more. Dropping every Thursday, we'll just reek of the Huntsville Havoc. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and listen, follow, and subscribe on your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app and online at wreakinhavoc.com.
Hello, I'm Andrew Smith, head baseball coach at Ardmore High School, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to WKC, the Big 1080, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Todd the Bod, the Talent, Tom Early, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, alongside also Coach Clint Legg. Now he's being joined by author Joe Zagorski. He's got a new book coming out, and 2003 Yard Odyssey, The Juice, The Electric Company, and an epic run for a record. Joe, man, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, no problem. Glad to be here.
Man, I was reading a little bit about you. Obviously, you've got 3 other books prior to this one. And, I know Tim has the NFL in the 1970s, pro football's most important decade. And we're pretty sure he's got the
I think
year
he sent
pack.
me the Green Bay book too.
The Green Bay book about the 1972 resurgence. But now this new book is not quite out yet, correct? It's coming out in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, it comes out on the 24th, but people can get it by pre-ordering it on Amazon right now.
Okay. I saw where the foreword was written by a Hall of Famer and former Buffalo head coach Marv Levy. So that's pretty cool to get Coach Levy to do the foreword to the book. So
playoffs.
Yeah, obviously you get that juice.
Playoffs. I love it.
Yeah.
No, that was Jim Mora that said
My bad. Nobody
Oh,
circles
right.
the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Like
yeah,
Chris
there
Burgess
we go.
said. I'm sorry. Losing my mind on a Saturday morning, Joe.
Well, cliches are, they're good for almost anybody.
Yes,
So-
sir.
That's true. That's true. So what, obviously the subject matter with, that particular year, that particular team with Buffalo and OJ's record breaking season, but what made you want to write about that particular year and accomplishment?
Well, it didn't come about by any one major decision. A lot of different things happened in getting me to write about that book. One thing was nobody had ever written about a book about that 73 season. That was the first year that anybody had ever rushed for 2,000 plus yards in a year. Nobody had ever done that before. And I couldn't figure out why nobody decided to write about it. But I got kind of a clue because its main character is, of course, O.J. Simpson, the guy that rushed for over. Well, a lot of the publishers that I proposed the idea to, they didn't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I wonder why.
and I'm figuring out why is because I've gotten some hate mail. Not
really.
It's like I tried to make it clear in the book that I don't really have an opinion on it because I wanted to be objective.
Right.
And so I also couldn't really expand too much on what happened in the 1990s because it really didn't fit into what the theme of the book was, which was the 73 season.
Yeah.
In fact, only two of the players that I interviewed from that team would go on the record and tell me what they felt about that in the 1990s. And one person felt that he was guilty, and one person said that he was innocent. So, yeah, you'll have to read the book to figure out which ones.
Okay. But I mean, it's one. I mean, obviously, it was a hard thing, event. But one has nothing to do with the other, and obviously it's not the subject of the book. I mean, his football accomplishments, were just that. They were on the field. Now, I'm sorry, am I dreaming, or was he the first player to ever rush for 200 yards in a game? Do you know?
That is a very good question. I'm not sure if he was. No, he could not have been. No, because he broke Willie Ellison's record of he rushed for 247 yards in a game in 1971, and O.J. rushed for 250 in a game in 1973.
Okay.
So, no, O.J. wasn't the first, and Willie Ellison probably wasn't the first either.
Okay. Well, I just have this weird memory. And I could never decide if it was the record-breaking year where he broke for the 2,000 yards or if it was the 250-yard game. Because, back then you only got the one game a week, and I guess they would break in on occasion. Obviously, I was pretty young. I'd have been like, 7 or 8. But I have a vivid memory, and I guess it was the game that he rushed for 250. That must have been what it was.
And when I asked him about what was one of his favorite memories, he said it was that game, that 250-yard game. And I expected him to say more so the game that he set the 2,000-yard record. But he said, no, it was that 73 season opener against New England where he rushed for 250.
Well,
so you actually got to talk to O.J. then?
Yeah, that was a unique story too. I had been trying to, interview him for many years, and I sent a copy of my first book on the NFL in the 1970s to him while he was incarcerated in Nevada, and I never found out if he got it or not. And I finally realized after he had been released that I'm barking up the wrong tree. I'm trying to find O.J. when I needed to find was his manager. So I eventually found his manager, talked to his manager, told him what I was planning on writing and doing, and he asked me to send him a list of questions that I would intend to ask O.J. I did that. He agreed to the questions. O.J. agreed to the questions. And then one day, O.J. Simpson called me up, and we talked for about 45 minutes over the phone. And a lot of the quotes that he told me are in the book.
Let me tell you guys this. This is what I think I remember. Two of my favorite offensive linemen, and I love, that's what the part of the game I really love, played and blocked for O.J. Simpson. Number one was a guy named Joe DeLamalure. I think I'm right. Joe will know. And I also know that one of my favorite guys that led the Raiders for a while also played on that line named Reggie McKenzie. I think I'm right.
Well, you're half right. Joe DeLamalure is definitely on that line, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
And I interviewed him a few times as well. There actually are two Reggie McKenzies.
Right.
One played for the Raiders later on, and one played for the Bills. They're two totally different guys. That's and that confuses a lot of people. So
I got you. But I'll tell you this much, too. And one of my other favorite guys, I don't know what year he played for the Bills, but Conrad Dobler was a member of the Bills. I don't know if it was back then. He just wasn't there in 73, I don't think.
No, he came later on. He was like, I believe, in the late 70s or early 80s. Yeah, but he's a character. Unfortunately, he's passed away as well. But I would have loved to have interviewed.
Oh yeah, that would have been
man.
good.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about how you came up with the title for the book.
Well, the 2003 yard Odyssey. 2003 is how many yards O.J. rushed for, and that whole season was an Odyssey because nobody really knew how. Other than the original Reggie McKenzie who predicted it, nobody really thought that anybody was going to be able to run for 2,000 yards in a season. So the book is kind of like a game look at how he got closer and closer to that record. And, of course, OJ's nickname is the Juice, one of his nicknames, because he has several.
That's right.
The offensive line of that team, they had their own nickname called the Electric Company because they turned on the juice.
There we go.
That's awesome.
I could not. I knew it had something to do with the line, but I could not. Yeah, remember
I knew that was. God, I remember
what
that
it was. Yes.
Thanks for enlightening, making me remember.
I was like, what's that TV show got to do with
this? No, I knew it had something to do with the offensive line.
Man.
But so thank you for that.
The juice.
And that is such a good name, man.
That is awesome.
Do you know the person that came up with that nickname was the PR director's little son, who was watching that. He was watching that TV show, The Electric Company. He said, "Well,
so did I."
Yeah.
So
that is awesome.
Out of the mouths of babes comes, and then that stuck. So I use that and. That was a title.
That's great.
And talking about out of the mouths of babes, the Super Bowl, it came from an idea from, I don't remember whose kids, but you remember the Super Bowl that they used to have back in the day? That's where the Super Bowl came. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Lamar Hunt, the owner of the Kansas City Chiefs, his kid, who apparently I think is now the owner of the Kansas City Chiefs, He had a Super Bowl, and Lamar Hunt says, "Why don't we call this championship game between the AFL and the NFL the Super Bowl?"
That's wild. I had never heard that story.
It's awesome. Huh. Super Bowl. Go to Kroger and put a dime in.
Oh, yeah, man.
Get you one.
Oh, yeah. I used to have one of those.
I still get them. I'm 58 years old, and every time I see them.
When they first came out, they were almost, I don't know, not quite the size of a baseball.
Oh, yeah. They were big.
They were big.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
I bought one at the post office one time, so you can maybe picture this. Joe, our post office at the time was up on the square, had several steps going down. I bought one, man. I took that bad boy out, and that was the first thing I did was bounce that sucker, man. I went all out in the street, and cars for having to put on their brakes. Yeah, I got a whooping for that one, but that was a good one, though.
Golly.
Well, so one thing I want to talk about too, and we'll get back to the current book, but the NFL in the 70s, pro football's most important decade. Now, was this your first book?
Yeah, that was the first one. That came out in 2016, I believe. Yeah.
And it was a very important decade in football. But talk a little bit about that because it sounds really interesting.
It took me 6 years to write it, and of course I'm old now. I grew up in the 70s, and that's when I first fell in love with football during the 1970s. And I figured, one of these days I'm going to write a book about this decade. Well, I kept putting it off, and you know how it goes. Your life goes on, and you have other things to worry about. But, I basically sat down one day and said, "My golly, I'm going to write this book." So I started working on it. And I wanted it to be different than any other book on the 70s. So what I did was every year was a chapter in the book. So there's 10 chapters in the book, and I try to address as many different things in the 1970s that occurred that decade as possible. And it's, you know, it's sold pretty well. It's you know, available on Amazon, and it's a pretty thick book. I was trying to find the person to write the foreword for it, and so I figured, well, I got to get a big name. So I first tried to contact Dallas Cowboys quarterback Roger Staubach, but his secretary told me that he was too busy. So then I tried to get former Minnesota quarterback Parkinson, and his secretary told me that he was too busy. So then I tried to get in touch with Brent Musburger of CBS Sports back then, and I never heard back from him. And then I tried former Steelers running back Rocky Bleier, and he said yes. Well, don't you know, a couple of days after Rocky Bleier told me, yeah, I'll write the foreword for it, Brent Musburger calls me back.
Oh, no.
And he said, he said he apologized for not getting back to me sooner. And I said, well, sorry to tell you this, Mr. Musburger, but Rocky Bleier's already accepted the my request. And he goes, oh, he's a good guy. He'll write a good, you know. I was on the phone for 10 minutes with Brent Musburger, you know, famous womanizer, and thinking, all right, it's pretty cool.
Very cool.
So, yeah, but anyway, that's how the Rocky Bleier got on the cover of that book, because I figured whoever's going to take the time to write the foreword, he's getting the front cover.
Yeah.
So Joe, who is your favorite team from the 70s?
Yeah. Oh God, I followed so many of them. You know, I was born and raised near Philadelphia, so I like the Eagles. But I also like the Steelers, the Cowboys, the Vikings, a lot of teams, the Packers, the Saints, the Chiefs. I couldn't stay with any one team long enough to really have a strong foundation. I know that's kind of un-American not to have one team. I know.
Dadgummit, Joe, I wish you had said that 1977 world champion team, because that's dang sure mine.
Cowboys, okay.
No, sir,
yeah.
the Raiders.
Yeah,
yeah, 76 for the Raiders, but I yeah, put me off. No, they were a great team.
Well, no, but you're right. I mean, no, and I'm the same way. I've never had just a favorite NFL team. And back then, I loved the Steelers, and not because of any. I mean, obviously they were a really good team. I mean, you know, you had Lynch Swan and Bradshaw and all, you know, Bleier and Franco and all them, but they seemed to be the only team that could beat the Cowboys, and I hated the Cowboys. So I was hurt anybody other than Cowboys.
A lot of people did, and I think probably they got overexposed too much. You couldn't watch a football Sunday without seeing a Cowboys game. They were everywhere.
Yeah,
and, you know, and a lot of people got tired of it because a lot of the smaller, you know, the smaller market teams, they got blacked out.
Oh yeah, couldn't watch them at all. Well, Joe, man, we've enjoyed this. We're gonna have you back on. Good luck, and hope what a lot of success for the new book.
Thanks.
It's 2003 Yard Odyssey, The Juice, The Electric Company, and on the epic run for a record. I encourage everybody to go out, go to Amazon, you can just Google Joe Zagorski, and you're going to find where you can go out and buy that book.
Amazon's your best bet.
Okay,
awesome.
Amazon.
Awesome.
And, you know, encourage you to also go out and look at his other books as well. And we'll definitely have you back on.
Hey, thanks so much, you guys, and enjoy your dinner there at Applebee's. I had an Applebee's hamburger a couple weeks ago, and it was delicious.
Man, yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, all right, buddy. You take care, and we appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, guys. God bless.
You too, man. Take care. That was Joe Zagorski, author of new book, 2003 Yard Odyssey, The Juice, The Electric Company, and an epic run for a record. Go out and buy it on Amazon. I believe he said May 24th. Something like that. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Congratulations to Ashlyn Mullins of Ardmore, our Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week, and winner of a gift card from the Athens Applebee's, plus a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from that shirt printing place. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your nominations for future polls. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Davis & Cole LLP in Athens has served the area assisting individuals and businesses with bookkeeping, tax preparation and filing, and routine accounting. Davis & Cole LLP, located at 105 South Marion Street, open weekdays 9 to 5. Call 256-232-9994. Davis & Cole LLP.
When you're looking for something special for your next event, why not bring in the most amazingly fine flavored shaved ice this side of the islands? Kona Ice of Decatur in Athens. Whether it's a school or major sporting event, a picnic, or festival, Kona Ice brings the fun and laughter. From their steel drum music to their signature flavor wave, where guests can flavor their own shaved ice. No event is too big or too small. Kona Ice makes fundraising easy too. Call Kona Ice today and tell them what you have in mind. 256-566-5298. Or look for them on your favorite social media platform. Kona Ice of Decatur in Athens. 256-566-5298.
Coming this fall to a podcast platform near you. The Wingmen.
There's someone on the wing. Something.
Join us live every week this football season as Kirk Pierce, Johnny Johnson, and Brad Kimbrough talk James Clemens sports with coaches, players, and other special guests. The Wingmen.
We're winging it, Jerry.
Coming this fall on your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app on your Alexa device by saying Open PAS Plus and online at jcwingmen.net.
Hey, this is former Auburn wide receiver Willie Gaucher. You are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd the Boy, the Talent Tomerlin, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert and Coach Clint Legg. Now being joined by James Clemens assistant baseball coach Brett Burgess. Coach, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. How y'all doing today?
Doing all right, man.
I know he hopes they were still playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a rough 2 days, but man, I could not be more proud of what that team accomplished this year. Their competitive spirit was unmatched.
Well, you know, you made a long run, deep run.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we competed right up until the final out too.
And I mean, in 7A ball being so competitive too, you know, it's just you know, this state's got a lot of really good teams, and so. Now, what? Just real quick before we talk about baseball camps and things like that, do y'all have a lot? Did y'all lose a lot, or do you have a lot coming back next year?
Well, we did lose about 14 seniors, and almost all of them contributed in some form or fashion. We had a really good group that had been bought in since the day they got on campus. And yes, we are going to lose a lot, but the good news is we got a lot of young talent coming up as well, and we'll be ready to reload and get back to work really this week.
I know, it's crazy, man. It sounded like back in the day. It's just, you know, once the season's over, it's not over. You got to start getting ready right then for the very next year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, 2024, 2025 starts this week.
Yep. Now, well, y'all are you? Because I get confused who can do what and when, but baseball, y'all don't do any team things during the summer, right? Or do?
No, sir. I mean, you are allowed to do certain stuff, but we do not.
Okay. Just give everybody a break and.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of guys playing summer ball, and so it's tough to get everybody there together in the summer.
That's true.
But,
yeah.
But we the rules have changed a little bit in the fall, and so we have a very good fall program as well, and we've got a lot of our kids in fourth block, so we hit it hard in the fall.
Okay. Well, good
Well,
deal.
speaking of working out, I mean, that facility should be ready to go here in not too very long.
Yes, sir. It's getting close. I got a VIP tour the other day. Coach Johnson led us through there, and man, it is nice. We are excited about it, and we're thankful to the district for helping us get it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't wait for it to open up.
And you know, as the hitting coach, I'm excited about the heating and air, because while they're all out there freezing in January and February, I'm gonna be wearing shorts in there in the cage.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Yes, sir.
And somewhat of an advantage too. I mean, you know, not everybody around's got something like that, so.
Oh, absolutely. You know, things like that. Having more space and being able to be in a controlled environment when the weather's not very good, and you know, those winter months when you're really preparing for the season, it will be huge. You know, be a huge competitive advantage for us. So we are excited about it, and I really believe it's going to help.
Good deal. You got a baseball camp coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. Okay, one of the funnest weeks of the year, no doubt. We've got a kids camp coming up. It's June 12th through 14th. It'll be from 8 to 11 a.m. It's going to run from ages 6 to 13. Anybody, any district, or anybody in the area that wants to come is welcome. You don't just have to be a James Clemens or zoned for James Clemens. Anybody can come. You can register you can go to jcjetsbaseball.com and go to off-season events. There's a link to register there. Or you can just search County Line Youth Baseball Camp on Facebook, and there will be instructions on there on how to register.
Okay. And you said ages 6 to 13?
Yes, sir, 6 to 13.
Okay. Half day, full day?
It'll be 8 to 11. Okay. You can start dropping off your kids at 7:30, and we'll take good care of them until 11 o'clock.
Well, that sounds like a plan. What all will y'all work on? Obviously, you know, fundamentals, but I mean, mostly hitting, fielding, a little bit all of it.
So we try to balance three things. We try to, number one, give as good quality instruction as possible. Okay, I think that's what, you know, parents want. That's what they're paying the money for. We want to make sure that we teach our brand of baseball and we teach the fundamentals. You know, number two, we want to make it as fun as possible. We want them to see them having fun. We got this crazy belief that baseball should be fun. And, and we want to make sure we do that. We also want them to compete, and we want to give some evaluation too. So they're going to be evaluated. We're going to get some velocities. We're going to get some times, and just give parents and them a little bit of feedback on where they're at by the end of the camp. We've got lots of stuff going on. We're going to have them divided up into smaller groups. Last year, we averaged about a 1-to-7 ratio as far as camper to instructor. So even though we've got a lot of kids signed up already, we're going to make sure that they get that attention that they need, and hopefully they can take something away from it. But other than just instruction, I mean, we're going to have pizza, we're going to have popsicles, we're going to have a slip and slide. It is going to be a blast, and you don't want to miss it. It is a fun week.
That sounds like something I might want to come up in there.
Hey, come on out there, man. We'll get you on the slip and slide.
Oh, no.
So I say, get Coach Johnson out there on the slip and slide.
You know what? Hey, if we can get him to commit to that on air, we need to get him to sign that. I think everybody'd love to see that.
Coach Drew Bell just walked in with some of his runners, so he'll probably get on that slip and slide. He looks like a slip and slide type dude.
Kimbrough.
Oh, no doubt. Hey, it's going to feel good.
Kimbrow's a slip and slide, yeah. Coach Kimbrough.
Oh, yeah.
He's a slip and slide.
Yes, sir.
Coach, but getting back to this year, you had a great year, man. And like you said, here's something I liked. You just said a lot of people have to play in the summertime because they don't have enough kids playing legit ball in the summertime. Having that problem at James Clemens is one of the reasons why you guys are deep in the playoffs every year.
Yes, sir. You know, our kids do a great job of working on their own. They are really good at taking what we do. And this is one reason this particular group of 14 seniors had so much success this year is they were balled in, right? They were a bunch of competitors, and they wanted to win, and they were willing to take what we were given at practice, and they did it on their own, right? Yeah. You know, it's one thing to just go at practice, but they'd take whatever we were trying to work on here, and they would take it outside. Yeah. And that's why we trust them in the summers. You know, summers, and y'all know this. Summers used to be fun. Summers used to be a time off, and we just got done playing 2 days ago, and we're about a week and a half away from summer. So I think it's good for everybody to get a little bit of a mental and physical break. and they're off playing and they're off competing, and a lot of them are competing at very high levels in the summer. So, and I know they're lifting on their own. They're lifting on their own as well. And when we hit the fall, I mean, we're day one in the fall.
Coaches,
and we hit.
Coaches, Ty a junior, sophomore, senior. Marsh.
Ty's a junior. Okay, so he's one of those big people.
One more
yes,
time.
Yes, sir. We are thankful that he's coming back another year. He will be one of the big pieces that we rebuild around.
Good for him, man. I got to I coached his dad in football at Tanner High School, man. That's how old I am.
You coached Austin?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Hey, hold on a minute now. Ty, don't let Austin fool you into thinking he's better than what Ty is, okay?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I've got a lot of stuff I need to verify there. I got a lot of stuff I need to verify.
You can. Austin's a good one, man. Great family, good dude.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yes, let me tell you, I wish we had 15 Ty Marshes. You know what I mean? You're not going to get a better kid. You're not going to be around a better family. Yep. And he's a competitor, too. And he's one of those, you cannot get him out of the cage. You cannot get him out of the cage. It's always, hey, let me get one more. And practice is over, game's over. He's got the bucket of the balls, walking back to the cage.
That's awesome. That's what you want to see.
It's good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You've had several committed, signed this year. I think you had a couple here just a few days ago.
Listen, we've had so many signed this year, it's been hard to keep up, honestly. Yes, sir, we had 4 sign, Carson Loser, David Sharp at Calhoun, and then Hayden Markford at Marion Military, as well as Francisco Ramirez at Marion Military. And I am tickled to death for those guys that they're going to get an opportunity to continue playing because, like I said, I mean, they're just grinders. They're just they're gritty, and they play the game the right way.
That's a good deal, man. But boy, losing that many, that's going to be some rebuilding for sure.
Look, I'm heartbroken if I can be honest with you. That is a group I started with at James Clemens 4 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And I was looking at them 4 years ago, just almost as babies, and to see almost all of them going off to play college somewhere, and to see what they accomplished this year. When, well, let's just be honest, probably nobody around really thought that was in the cards this year.
Yeah.
Outside of our little group right there on County Line, probably not many people would have picked that to be the ending this year. So wow. I'm just, even though I am devastated for the guys, I hate to see them heartbroken. I think we can all look back on this and say that this was an incredible run, and they accomplished, more than anybody thought we could.
Yeah. Well, and you having them that long, I mean, a lot of people don't look at it this way, but you played a big part of practically raising them, that's just the truth of it.
Well, I appreciate that. And, that really is what it's all about. They all come from great families, and that makes our job even easier, is because, they've already got the right mindset. And you do develop that relationship, and you do get to help them grow, and you do get to watch them grow. And so that's why I think it's just been such a special run for me specifically, because they're the group I started with at James Clemens. And they're all quality guys, and I love them to death. I really do.
Coach, how long have you been there? How long have you been at James Clemens?
This was my 4th season at James Clemens, so I came over in the fall of 2020.
I get you. So I tell you what, Todd, it might be a relationship between them getting better and Adam Brown leaving.
Oh wow! Oh man!
Oh God! I gotta tell him that when I see him. That's awesome.
Oh man! I'm gonna have to get on the phone to Coach Brown right now.
Another one of my guys,
Adam.
Man. Love that guy.
We do miss Adam, and he's a great coach, and he actually came up towards the end of the year and watched a few games, and I could tell he had built a strong relationship with them even in the first year, because he was working more with the younger kids, and he was asking about everybody, what are they doing, how they do it, and he remembered all of them.
Yes, sir. He's a good dude.
Yes, sir.
Well, now you're trying to get folks to sign up by the 15th here, so they can get them a T-shirt. So let's go through.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me clarify that.
Okay.
And do you want me to give them some specific instructions on how to register?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I need you to sign up by the 15th if you want a T-shirt. Okay. If you come in after that, that's okay, but you're not going to get a T-shirt. And let me tell you, those T-shirts are sharp. You cannot beat Carolina and navy blue together. You can't do it. Okay. So you're going to want a T-shirt. If you will go to jcjetsbaseball.com and go to off-season events, it's the first thing that pops up. It says County Line Baseball Youth Camp. There's a big button that says register now. You can't miss it. That'll take you to a link to register. You can also go to Facebook and just search County Line Youth Baseball Camp. And there's also a lot of information. It'll tell you, if you go to the Facebook page, you can see exactly, what we've done in the past. You can see some pictures. You can see how we got the camp organized and exactly what's going to go on.
Sounds like a plan, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, good luck to you. Hope a bunch of people sign up. Like you said before, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be part of James Clemens School or, anybody wants to come and learn the game. I encourage you to sign up and get out there and play it.
Yes, sir. And we love our brand of baseball. We will live by it and die by it. I mean, we love the small ball. I think everybody's starting to call it Johnny Ball around. But, we love it, and we love to teach the little things in baseball. So, and we just love the game. So, if you want to bring your kids and you just want a fun environment to learn to love the game of baseball, come on. Even if you don't play baseball right now, or maybe you've thought about it, it's going to be a fun experience, and hopefully it will, continue to build that love for the game for these young kids. Because, in my opinion, before you get to middle school, that's where you fall in love with the game.
Yeah,
right.
That's a great point.
That's when you should love the game and you should love competing. When you get a little bit older, that's when the work has to go up to the next level, right? And you have to learn to love that grind and that work. More middle school, but younger kids, you need to love the game. You need to love seeing the ball come off the bat. You need to love hearing the ball hit the mitt, and that's what it's all about to me for these young guys.
Yeah, and we know you're going to do it, man. So thanks so much for coming on and talking about it. Congratulations on a good year, and we'll hope to have you back on soon.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all so much for having me on, and I love what y'all do for high school sports. I'd like to consider myself y'all's biggest fan in the fall broadcasting the JC football game. So, but I appreciate you guys.
Well, all right, bud. You take care and have a great summer.
All right, thank you.
All right, that was James Clemens, assistant baseball coach Brett Burgess. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Drew Bell of the James Clemens track team and several of his runners. Can't wait to talk to them. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
For screen printing, sign printing, banners, logo design, and more, look no further than That Shirt Printing Place. Located at 709 North Jefferson Street in Athens. Call 256-444-1827. That Shirt Printing Place. Visit them online at thatshirtprintingplacellc.com. Look for them on Facebook too. That Shirt Printing Place. 256-444-1927. That Shirt Printing Place.
Hey, this is East Limestone Girls basketball coach Jessica Thompson, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd the Bod, the Talent Tomerlin, alongside producer extraordinary Tim Lambert. Now being joined by head track coach of the James Clemens Jets, Coach Drew Bell. Coach, how are you doing?
Everything's good.
Man, always good to have you on, buddy. You got several of your runners here, and congratulations to all of y'all on a big season. Congratulations to you, Coach, on another successful year as well. Year in, year out, y'all are, one of the best. So, how many years have you been with James Clemens now?
Since he opened.
That's what I thought,
third
right?
person hired, year 12.
Wow. Now, before we, and which one's got the mic? You got the mic, so we'll just start with you. Coach Bell's not here right now. How much do you like Coach Bell? How much you love running for him?
10 out of 10.
There we go. That's what I wanted to hear. And I know all y'all feel that way.
Yes,
I was just joshing. He's besides the fact that I just love the way you run the program, man, all the community stuff y'all do and help out with other stuff, man. It's just great. But let's talk about a little bit about the season, where y'all ended up and how everybody did.
All right.
Let's start with Coach.
Yeah, we got the most out of this team ever. They all were focused and locked in, went down to state, and grabbed 10 state medals.
Wow.
That was a lot. Zaria pushed hard in the 100 meters, and I know she wanted to win that. And I think that worked in God's plan for where she finished in the 100, drove her crazy for the 200. She was outright mad, and there was no doubt.
So that drove you.
There was no doubt that she was going to win the 200 state championship, and she did it in style. And she's got another year.
Oh, wow.
She's going to probably get to go to anywhere she wants to go, and she works harder than any sprinter I've ever met. And, special things are coming from Zaria Parker.
So talk to us a little bit about, so where did you finish in the 100?
Oh, what did I think about my 100?
No, what did you finish? Did you finish second, third?
Yeah, I finished third in the finals, but second overall. Well, actually, I came in first place in the prelims. Then I finished third in the finals. I had a really bad block start, and that's something that I'm working on this summer. And I'm actually getting the hang of it now, so I plan on running a lot faster with a better block start. Overall, I did get second place even with my prelim time. So the girl was in front of me, but I still got a faster time than her in prelims.
Okay. So they combine them? Or?
No, it's just whatever you got in finals is how you get your medal, kind of.
Okay.
So I ended up getting third in that, but then in the 200 I got first because I was extremely upset.
What'd you end up running?
I ended up running a 24.2. I beat them all by the 100 meter mark, though, pretty much. I was just really upset, so
wow.
I didn't really care about the pain that I felt at all.
You were just focused on getting the win.
Just very driven.
And you know what? And Coach Bell brings up a great point. A lot of times that stuff is, we think we want one thing or this is what we want, but God's got something else different in mind. And obviously, winning that 200 and I just can't imagine. That is just flying. I couldn't run 50 yards in that. So
yes, I do summer track, so I plan on running like 23.6 this summer, especially with fixing this block start, because even my block start was terrible in my 200 as well. Not terrible, but it just wasn't ideal in my 200 either, but because the blocks is really hard to master. So
I can't imagine. And you do a lot of indoor?
Yes, I do indoor. But I do
one over the other?
I prefer indoor actually, mainly because I just think it's more focused. I do indoor, and I like how I compete with college teams indoor. So I get more competition, and I PR a lot more indoor than I do outdoor. But yeah, I like both of them. I like track. I run track all season, like all year. So.
That's awesome. But on the indoor, in the track elevated a little bit. In the feel of it a lot different than being outside.
Yeah, it does feel a lot better actually. I think it's fun running the 200 indoor because you go up the hill and then down the hill. Yeah. Okay. It's more entertaining to me.
Okay. Well, let's pass the mic around and introduce everybody.
I'm John Luke Stovall. I'm a senior.
Okay, and what do you participate in? What?
Oh, I specialize in the 800 and the 1600.
Wow. Okay.
I'm Luke Alverson. I'm a junior, and I run the 1632 and sometimes the 800, and I'm a 3-time state champion in the 4x8, 1600, and 3200. I'm Cole Robinson. I am a senior, and I mainly do the 1600 and the 32.
I'm Dylan Dreyer, and I mainly do the 800 and 1600.
Okay, wow. So y'all got the long distances obviously covered for sure, and then obviously the short ones. I don't blame you, sister. I'm with you. I don't want to run 100 or 200. I'm sure ain't running anything beyond that. Oh Lord. So so what are all y'all coming back next year?
No, we got 3 seniors.
Okay.
John Luke's going to run for University of South Alabama, and Cole and Dylan are both running for UAH. Staying here local.
Congratulations, y'all. That's amazing.
Thank you. And then Luke's coming back, and he's going to break every state record that Alabama's ever seen.
Wow.
And that's the way I feel.
So talk a little bit about, no pressure, right? You obviously can do it. What made you want to run those particular distances? I mean, just because that's brutal.
Sorry, what can you repeat the question?
Like what made you decide those were the distances you wanted to compete
like
in?
the long distance?
Yeah.
So as a kid, like my dad kind of got me into running because he was somewhat of a runner himself. So like I would kind of run with him on the weekends, and that really got me like into running. And then I joined the Heritage Track Club, and I mean I was pretty good as a kid, and I was like I should probably keep with this. And then I joined as a 7th grader, and then
the
rest, I've been getting better.
It's been there every year. Get better and better. Wow. So do you want to move on? I assume get a scholarship and run in college?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. You already had any offers?
Well, for track, they don't really offer you till you're a senior.
Oh, okay.
But I've been talking to a bunch of schools. I've gone on some visits to Alabama, Colorado, and UCLA.
Oh, okay. Nice. I'd say so. Yeah, there's a lot of interest there, for sure. So talk to us about your year.
About this year?
Yeah.
So this year was definitely not my best for track for how much better I gotten. I have gotten a lot better in the 800 and a little bit better in the 1600, but the 3200 was just not quite my thing this year. I think I went out too fast for almost all my races. But all that really mattered was that 4x8, and I did pretty good in the 800 towards the end of the season.
Yeah, I imagine it's hard, especially running the longer, like the 3200. Just the adrenaline, right? And you're fired up and you're ready to hit it running, and then you take off and you're like, I've set a pace that is way too I can't sustain it. I mean, do you ever have to figure yourself reel back in? And there's a lot of strategy, I would assume, especially the longer runs as well.
For sure.
Like, do y'all? What's the word I'm looking for? Not a pace setter, but I mean, Coach, do y'all have somebody like, hey, I want you to maybe not win, but set the pace? And
everybody has their own strategy.
Okay.
Whatever they believe, that's what
works for them.
Yeah, I think when we went to the state track meet back in the Stone Age, that's when it was still the 880, and one of the guys on the team, we expected him to win. But then a guy from Coleman, he jumps out and he just takes off. And I think their strategy was to get him to speed everybody else up, which is what he did. And his teammate ended up winning the race. So
yeah,
he got everybody else to kind of chase him and run faster than what they wanted to.
Yeah, that's why I asked that. I didn't know if that was still kind of a thing or not. But I mean, obviously y'all compete against each other in a lot of these races, so that's got to be, I mean, you're in practice together. Now you're competing against each other, and obviously y'all are all friends as well. But does it ever get overly competitive?
I believe there's been plenty of times where it's gotten real competitive, and maybe a little bit of trash talk before the race. But, when you've been racing the same people for 6 years, and I think I've been racing Luke since 5th, 6th grade, because we were both in the Heritage Track Club.
Oh, okay.
And, when you've seen the same people for 'cause you got to mix it up sometimes.
Well,
and,
yeah.
Put a little competition in between y'all two and work hard. And eventually that makes you better because you're ready for other great and strong competitors that are.
Yeah. Oh, no, I mean, I'm sure, competing against each other during the week and y'all being at such a high level, when y'all do face another school or another team, you're more than prepared, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
And y'all set a state record this year.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir. And so how close had you gotten before?
So last year. Oh, do you want to talk?
We dropped 10 seconds from this year to last year.
What?
Oh, wow.
And the year before that, we also dropped 10 seconds.
That's
And
unheard of.
Both of the 10-second drops were at the state meet when we needed it.
Yeah.
I mean, how? I mean, you have any idea where it came from? How? I mean, obviously a lot of hard work went into all that, but I'm just saying, that is huge.
So normally for most of our in-season races, we just don't have as much adrenaline for the 4x8. We're not. We know that we have more events after it.
Yeah.
But at state, we don't leave anything for any of our races at all.
Yeah. Well,
we just hope that we're not sore the next day.
Yeah, that had to blow your mind, Coach. I mean, when you were there and saw that, and you had to probably look twice at the stopwatch to make sure it wasn't broke or something.
We got one race left. They're going to be running the Scholastic National Championship. Eugene, Oregon.
Wow.
Land to Prefontaine.
Oh, I start to say it's Prefontaine.
And I'm calling 7:35, and they're going to be national champions. We're ranked third in the nation right now.
That is amazing.
By
Congratulations.
less than half a second.
Wow. Oh, wow.
And that's coming up when?
June 24th.
I think that's about right. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, did you?
That's fine.
June 14th.
June 14th. Okay. So, tell us a little bit about a practice. Obviously it's going to be different for you because you're a sprinter. But what goes into it besides just the running aspect? I mean, y'all hit the weight room very much, things like that?
Yeah, so we kind of have two kind of types of runs. We'll have an easy day where we kind of get in some miles, maybe 6 or 7. And then we'll have workout days where we do some speed work, working on maybe 400 reps or something like that. And then after that, sometimes we'll go into the weight room and, kind of do some heavy lifting. And then towards our bigger meets, we'll kind of taper that off and slow down our weightlifting and our workouts and stuff like that.
And so what about you, sweetie? What are your workouts consist of?
Besides the running aspect, we do go to the gym a lot and we do a lot of variety of things. So we'll power clean, deadlift, hang clean, not so much, but we'll do RDLs. Just everything under the sun. I can't squat because of my spine, but I do things that kind of replace that. So I'll do leg press, the one where you lay down and push your legs up. I can do a lot of weight on that. So my legs are not lacking, even though I can't squat, but it's all right. And so, outside of the running aspect, I think that's kind of all we do. But we do ab workouts sometimes. And, that's pretty much it.
Now, between the 100 and 200, do you have one more favorite than the other?
I feel like it just honestly depends on the season because sometimes, like last season, my 100 was my favorite because my 200 was messed up, kind of. And this year, it's my 200 is my favorite because my 100 is getting on my nerves. So it depends. But I honestly think I like them both equally. But I definitely gained love for the 200 that I didn't have last season.
Well, it is awesome. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm proud of all y'all because it's such a hard sport because it takes a lot of self-will, right, Coach? I mean, obviously it's a team sport.
Oh, yeah.
You're competing against each other and other teams, but at the same time, it's just you in the asphalt or whatever you're running on, indoor, outdoor. And, things, any sport like wrestling or tennis or golf or track that it's a team but yet individual. Have y'all ever ran in situations where not that you would ever root against your teammate. I don't know how I'm trying to word it, but, it's coming down between you and them. I mean, you are one of the others. I mean, now you as a sprinter, is there anybody that's competing at a high level like you on your team?
On my team,
or are you pretty much the main?
Not on. Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that, but but definitely in the future, I do see some kids that are younger, like possibly being for sure like how I'm running today.
Yeah.
Especially like I can think some off the top of my head, but they're all like freshmen. Oh my gosh. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say her name, but there's this one girl on the team and she jumps so far and she's only an 8th grader. It's like kind of crazy.
Trinity Miller.
Yeah, Trinity Miller.
We'll have to keep up with her.
Yeah, really keep up with her because she didn't she win sectionals?
Yeah, she won sectional triple jump.
She's an 8th grader.
Wow.
So yeah, I definitely see there's some stars in the making.
Well, we're so proud of all of y'all. Congratulations on a wonderful year. Congratulations to the seniors and y'all moving on, and looking forward to watching y'all come back and run. So, but we'll definitely keep up with y'all, and we always have Coach Bell on, and hopefully he'll be bringing y'all back again next year. All right.
Oh yeah, especially on signing day.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. Yeah, we're looking forward to that because we always have signing day. So, but thank y'all again. Congratulations again from Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Thank you so much.
Proud of y'all. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, all right. Well, man, we've come to another end of a show. Thanks, Tim, for all the wonderful guests. And everybody have a great week, and we will see you next week on Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Davis & Cole LLP in Athens has served the area assisting individuals and businesses with bookkeeping, tax preparation and filing, and routine accounting. Davis & Cole LLP, located at 105 South Marion Street, open weekdays 9 to 5. Call 256-232-9994. Davis & Cole LLP.
While others have come and gone, the Lions Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lions Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lions Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook. The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill on Highway 72 East in Athens, just off I-65. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.